Hey, I'm Jason and this is Jay's Project Garage. So I wanted to make a little quick video. This is about stuff that I've seen recently on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to try to put the video that I just made this morning out. And I'll put this one out sometime this afternoon, hopefully. I've got the log splitter all gassed up. I got my saw all gassed up and I'm ready to go out into the woods. I've worked on getting some firewood for the in-laws. You don't need firewood, they got a pellet stove. For the neighbors. They're in their 60s, they're retired, they heat with wood, they can't get out as much as they need to. They're old. He's actually a really good buddy of mine. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to help him out. Instead of him going and spending, 75 bucks a rick to get wood delivered, that just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. He might as well be buying propane. This video, like I said, is about stuff that I've seen recently on Facebook. This is a good one. This is probably 3 or 4 weeks ago I saw this. The problem with that ad is there is no such thing as an ARC code 390. The ARC code was the 428 Cobra Jet. And I could tell as soon as I looked at the heads that they weren't from a 428 Cobra Jet because there's only 2 bolts, 2 exhaust bolts per flange or per port on the heads in the picture. Cobra Jet heads had 4 bolts per port, and that's so that they would fit different chassis, because there are certain chassis where they couldn't use the top and bottom bolts because they would hit the shock towers, so they'd use the ones on the sides. The next one is this. It's got the forged pistons that everybody wants. Yes and no. They only had forged pistons until 92. 93 they switched over to Hyper-Eutectics. And let's face it, the newest forged piston 5-liter is what, 30 years old? It's 30 years old. What are the odds of the thing even still being usable and with a stock bore? If it's got 150,000 miles on it, it may still be okay. Like I talked about in another video, the iron that Ford used in their blocks was pretty freaking hard. I've taken these things apart with a bunch of miles on them and you can still see crosshatch. So you may be able to throw a set of rings and stuff in it, but they should be priced accordingly in my opinion. I'm not going to spend $500 or I've seen some for $1,000. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a 30-year-old 5-liter and roll the dice on it being usable in stock form, because in my eyes all I'm buying is a core. The 2 5-liters I picked up, it's been a couple months, month and a half, 2 months. The ones I picked up as a core, I bought them as cores because one of them's locked up. We're going to take that one apart and find out what's wrong with it. I think I already know. You guys probably already know too. The other one does rotate. We'll find something to do with it. But we're going to tear down the one that's locked up. But I bought them both with the mindset that they're junk. So I'm only going to pay so much for it when I still have to get the machined, I have to buy all the parts for it and everything. Just buy smart. And educate yourself. The average Joe may see that ARC code thing in the listing for those FE heads and think, oh, that's a great deal. No, it's really not. And you would have gotten burned. Still good cylinder heads, just not as advertised. Educate yourself. Don't get burned. My butt is going out and doing some firewood. You guys get out in the shop and work on your projects. You have a great day, and I will make another video probably tomorrow.